Hello there, my fellow adventurers and observers of the Badlands. My name is Koala Barbeques. I'm an explorer, an adventurer, and a survivalist extraordinaire. I'm going to be your guide through the curious spectacles, creatures, and aspects of nature found within the outbacks of the entity. This is Tales from the Outback. Hi there, folks. I'm Koala Barbeques, and I've been confined to an asylum after last week's episode with the lizard men in the sewers. Surprisingly, the citizens of New Orleans did not like the fact that I called their flooded street sewers, and the fact that I called the drowning people filthy swamp lizards. They're crafty fuckers, those lizard folk, I'll tell you that. So, I'm back again. I've managed to track down an elusive creature in the form of the genus Tappengulla, more commonly known as taps to those who aren't massive fucking nerds. Let's go have a look at these beauts. Look over there. Oh, crikey. That is the Pus Maximus Tappengulla, or to you paupers, the vest tap. It's very rare to see one like this out in the wild. Oh my god, it's feeding. Look at that. As you can see, we need to be very quiet. This tap is enjoying its favourite meal, the common generator. It's likely that apex predators don't even know that the tap is in their territory. It's simply that elusive. What an exciting specimen. It looks like the apex predator of this region has captured some sort of prey and is dragging it to a hook for preparation. But the Tappengulla does not favour helping others over its own self-preservation, so it finds its most common hiding spot and most favourite place to hide from the apex predators: the common locker. Urban evasion may be a popular vest tap choice. It allows him to sneak faster undetected. This allows the tap to scout out his primary food source, the common generator, or even a small snack in the form of a totem, a hex totem to be precise. It's common for the adaptations of the Tappengulla, especially the vest tap, to be wildly based around its own resilience and ability to escape social confrontations. For example, its main skill, tenacity, is the main thing that the vest tap to wriggle faster, dying state, which means even if he goes down, you can still lose the fucker to the hatch, or maybe even the elusive exit gate. Next thing a tap might bring is self-care. Of course, if they do come into a confrontation with the apex predator, aka the killer, they can of course heal themselves and escape. To escape apex predators in this situation, we need to adopt the preferred escape mechanism of the Tappengulla, and also engage in hiding in lockers. That right there is the Hillbillis Chanus, aka the rush you down hillbilly. Now, this creature is incredibly dim-witted, but has a lot of muscle behind its chainsaw blade that can quickly make work of all these lighter herbivores, especially the Tappengullas. Like the common chameleon, Tappengullas can blend into their surroundings. Their blue and black coloration allows them to blend in perfectly with these pastel walls of the mental asylum, making them very, very easy to slip away from the killer with. Look at him. What a marvel.
And what an amazing creature. But I have an even rarer specimen to show you. This is the jacket tap, made nearly extinct by its selfless nature. It bonds to another survivor to increase both their chances of survival. Obscurely, it looks like this tap has made a bond with a Claudette, but I can't judge them. After all, I did get married to my wife. Anyway, it looks like the bond between these two has strengthened so much that the tap has augments such as prove thyself and leader, not usually attributed to the Tappengulla genus, but it allows them to harvest their food sources a lot quicker and get the shit out of Dodge before They even confront the apex predators of their region. What a beauty. It looks here like we have the apex predator of the region, the deep water Jew. It's trying to take out the weaker of the two bonded brethren, the Claudette, and it gives the Tapp ample opportunity to get itself in between the killer and its prey. Look at how he selflessly tries to body block the attacks of this apex predator to save their friend. And look at that, even though the deep water Jew is right next to them, he still goes and secures their friend before worrying about his own safety. What a selfless beast. It looks like the particular Claudette that this Tappengulla has bound itself to is proficient with flashlights. Look at it. As it shines that light into the deep water Jew's eyes, it drops the Tappengulla and manages to ward it away long enough for them to recuperate and escape the immediate area. They live to fight another day. Look at that. Even when injured, the Tappengulla still persists and is determined to save its bound brethren. Look, it's injured. This creature is on the brink of death and the deep water Jew is patrolling this area, but they still pucker up and get right in there to save their friend. What a true matey. That Claudette should consider itself very lucky. Even if the deep water Jew decides to turn it around on the Tappengulla and try and down them, it has the Tappengulla's signature ability, Unbreaking, which of course means it can shrug off blows that would otherwise incapacitate another survivor, meaning that its sacrifices it does for its friends are less impactful on its own survival. As you can see, these two injured mateys are helping each other out in their dire situation. This is a benefit of their bond. They trust each other to keep each other safe and medically care for one another. This is a reason why such bonds last a long time and are very difficult to break, even though the creature themselves are in dwindling numbers. It looks like this particular Tappengulla has taken up a supporting role. You can see this. Look at that, through the medkit, 20 cc's of morphine are what I wouldn't do to get some of that. And it has the augment empathy, which means it knows how to sling those needles around without giving someone tetanus. Oh, what an amazing creature. But all good things must come to an end, and even though the bond between these two is so strong, the deep water Jew is simply too slippery for them to handle. It's the problem with the Tappengulla's strategy. If you don't win as a team, you'll die as a team. And as the circle of life continues, and the fire that lit this young Tappengulla is snuffed out by the deep water Jew, we are reminded that the circle of life must continue. It's very... I'm sorry guys, I'm just getting a little emotional. But oh crikey, have I got something to show you. This is the rarest Tapp species, and shares a common ancestor with the Vest Tapp, mostly due to its augments, but this is the P3 Tapp, a very, very rare species and one we are lucky to behold. My god. This one is taking the best of both worlds from both Tappengulla strategies and has built itself around being able to help others to a lesser extent than the Jacket Tapp, but with a less risky playstyle and survival techniques that allow it to escape on its own and also make sure it can survive in the direst of situations. It has the same augments as mostly the Vest Tapp, being also equipped with self-care and that allows itself to heal off injuries that it sustains in its endeavours and in its survival experience. A survivor. It also has Tenacity, which is the staple perk usually of the Vest Tappengulla, allowing it to get away from the killer even though it's in the direst of situations. It simply has that much determination and, well, tenacity. Finally, it also has the Tappengulla's signature augment, Unbreaking, allowing it to shrug off attacks that would kill other survivors and make sure it can get out in one piece after saving another survivor. But this brings a unique augment in that is kinda a fusion of the other two things that kinda makes up for what the P3 lacks in versatility with its bound brethren. This is called Borrowed Time and allows a creature to escape the killer's grasp even if it should be downed, simply because it is so inspired by the presence of the P3 tab and its selfless actions. As you can see, the Tappengulla will go for an unhook to save its friends, but they are facing here the rare and elusive boar-headed huntress, which simply knows the way to counter such a technique. As you can see, it's making no problem to shortly dispatch of the speedy meg we have here. It is simply too strong for that creature to handle, therefore making the P3 strategy obsolete, but still it allows the creature to try and survive by itself if it can finally let go of its bond brethren. As you can see, the creature shows a selfless motive here and goes to free the speedy meg, but old habits die hard, and when it seems like this creature is going to get into trouble, it simply ducks into the nearest locker, similar to its ancestor, the Vest Tapp. But unfortunately, the boar-headed huntresses know this strategy and manages to snare the Tappengulla. It's not enough for this creature to escape, and soon it is hung up to dry by the creature, and soon devoured. It's a sight to behold, the Tappengulla, but their dwindling numbers and varying degrees of personality leaves them in a distinct disadvantage in the Outlands. It's a shame that by 2022, maybe all Tappengulla species will be extinct. If you want to try and sponsor a Tappengulla and try and save its life, I will display a number on screen you can call now to donate $2 Australian a month to make sure that these creatures are well protected by every nation. Overall, these creatures may be the last of their kind, but if we simply preserve and protect, they can be something that even our descendants can enjoy. My name is Koala Barbeques, and join me next time as we dive deep into the lives of the Claudettes with their slithery and deceitful ways. I'll see you on the next adventure, and make sure you know what you need to do and be prepared to do it when it comes to survival in the Outlands. Where the hell did